Overengineering is the most common risks in projects. It brings a lot of complexity to projects and delays the business value that the customer is getting. Reasons could be many. So one of them is customers always focus on nice-to-have features instead of business value. Partners are interested in building more custom than standard. Customers try to include everything from day one, edge cases, nice-to-have features, and even though the intention is good, but this really brings a lot of complexity to the project. More complexity in the project, higher implementation costs, longer project durations. Longer project durations means that some of the requirements could change, and so this creates this vicious cycle of constant development, costs, and extended project timeline. SAP has a number of best practices and tools that help clients and partners navigate the project by sticking as much as possible to standard. And obviously, if the customer is asking for a feature which is going to break standard or is going against the best practices of SAP, then the partner has to recommend for customers to not to do this, to stick to SAP best practice. The role of the partner in all of this is to have this really smart way of working with the customer and saying no, because if the customer comes to us and says, okay, we want to build this feature, and we say, no, we're not going to do it, then it's like you're picking up a fight with the customer. Instead, the partner should really try to understand why the customer needs this feature, what business value the customer is going to get, and see if it's possible to explain that there's no business value, or business value is so small compared to the efforts that are required to get this implemented. But overall, it's quite challenging, because sometimes customers are migrating from a system which is very flexible and is giving them all of this functionality, and then you're bringing the system which is much more basic, what it's capable to deliver, especially after the first phase or after MVP phase. And then it's very difficult internally for IT team to sell to the business why they should be using this new system if it's much less flexible than the previous one. So this is the challenges that partners are facing all the time, and it's important to keep balance. So obviously in every project there will be something which is not going to be standard, but it's a role of the partner to make sure that project is not over customized and within budget and within the timeline, quickly implemented so that it can start bringing value. I would say that partners should communicate to the customer that it's much better to go live quickly, that customers, while adopting the solution, will start getting value of the solution and very likely their requirements will change. So less nice to have, less edge cases, focus on a quick go live, and then start implementing all of the feature functionality that will bring a better user experience.